Hi, this is Ellen McCauley in Syracuse, New York. We're talking about a very interesting topic. You know how I know it's interesting? Because there's a lot of chatter in the group. Whenever there's an interesting topic, they're over there going, because they can't keep it to themselves, because it's interesting. But I'm going to say this next thing will really blow our socks off, because it's 18, not 1, not 2, not 10, but 18 metabolism boosting foods. We can mix and match these protein-rich sources to score 20 to 30 grams at each meal. Now, if you can figure out how many grams of protein that you are by getting your ideal weight, dividing it by 2.2, then timesing it by 1.5, then you'll find out how many grams of protein you should have a day. I'd like to get around 120 grams of protein a day. All right, avocado. There's 2 grams of protein per half of avocado. Amino acids. Who in the group had anything avocado-based this past week? Quite a few. Excellent. Try it. Now, cheese and milk. Cheese and milk really isn't a problem for many people in the group, but I think we also need to look at how much cheese and milk we're having. Are we having low sodium, low fat cheese and milk? Are we having the skinny string cheese, or are we having like too much high fat without having more protein? Now here's a few things. Tempeh. Tempeh? Am I saying it right, everybody?
I don't know what it is.
It's a nougat-like texture makes tempeh a smart stand-in for meat. Saute or crumble cooked tempeh over salads. Has anyone in the group had tempeh? Where do you get that? Price Chopper.
Right near the tofu.
Right near the tofu. And how is it?
I haven't tried it because it's harder to cook than the tofu, so I stick with that.
All right. Anyone not have a problem cooking it? Well, look at it. It's got 15 grams of protein per half a cup. I think we should try some tempeh. And people are out there going, I ain't trying that. If I can't say it, this is boring. Get me home. I have a pizza waiting for me. Awesome. Then the next thing is asparagus. Asparagus is a tasty veggie. You can have it steamed or grilled or chopped spears into salads. Legumes. I've really, since I started Pray It Off, really increased my legumes a millionfold. Black beans, chickpeas, lentils, rice with quinoa. I just love anything, the beans. I just think they're fabulous. Greek-style yogurt, it's another thing. And Price Chopper sells the best Greek yogurt, and it's so cheap, and I like it better than even Chobani. I hope you're not listening, Chobani, because I used to be in love with you, but Price Chopper's cheap, and I love it. Tree nuts. Now, here's the operative phrase. Small handful. Can we all say that as a group? Small handful. Okay, you might say, I have a big hand, womp womp, but it's a small handful. Of walnuts or almonds. Mix it into yogurt, oatmeal, salad. It's nice. Edamame. Who has had that this past week? Past week?
I had.
All right. And how did you have it?
I went to my daughter-in-law's and I don't know, they must have done it in the microwave. And then I just ate it just like that. Like you say you do with your peas.
It's a bean?
It's a bean.
And how was it?
Soybeans.
A sweet bean? It tastes like soybeans. It is a soybean. So that therefore it tastes like one, since it is one. You can get them at Wegmans. All right. All right, they're frozen, and she puts them in the microwave. Do you eat them just plain, like a snack?
That's all you do. I'll show them like you do the peas.
I think I'll try that. All right. All right, spinach. I don't have iceberg lettuce any longer. I only have spinach. All natural spinach. I just find it so tasty, so full of minerals. I love it. Tofu. People are not eating enough tofu in this group. I only see it on a few people's logs, and it takes on the flavor of what you're eating. Again, I'm bringing everyone in, bringing it in. Fish and shellfish. There are weeks that people in this group have no fish. No fish at all. And you have to smart shop. You look at the sales. You can go to Price Chopper, you can go to Wegmans, wherever you want, and they have sales. You're not going to buy things every week that isn't on sale. Some people think if you have a high sodium can of tuna fish, I had my fish for the week. You know, try to get the low sodium, rinse it. It's not just the tuna fish in a can that I'm talking about when I say fish and shellfish. Pseudo grains, quinoa, amaranth? Who eats that? Anybody? Amaranth? Nobody? Does anyone ever heard of it?
Yes.
You've heard?
One of the screens in the world.
I think
Probably ate it.
Jesus. If it's good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for us, you guys. I think we should all get amaranth this week. And buckwheat. You ever hear of buckwheat pancakes? Buckwheat. You guys want some pancakes? I'm not talking about IHOP's big stack with jelly and syrup. Get some buckwheat and make some buckwheat pancakes. Eggs. Eggs have a bad name. If you have low cholesterol, if you're not worried, even egg whites. We have eggs on everything. Salads, this, that, egg white omelets with so many veggies under the sun. Just because you're trying to lose weight doesn't mean you can't be adventurous. Poultry and pork. Hemp seeds. Who had hemp seeds this past week? But how nice does it sound? They're great for soups and salads. You know what we do? We go to Wegmans, we go to Price Shoppers, and we have our route. We have a route. Okay, I'm going over the Greek yogurt, going to the milk. Do we even study? Whoever stands there and studies this? When's the last time we've ever been to nature time? Or maybe we need to all go there as a group visit. Maybe we need to really think outside that box, everybody. Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is a problem for a lot of people in this group. Well, because they're getting the 4 grams of fat, big honker fat cottage cheese, and going, I'm dieting, I'm having cottage cheese. Look at the calories and look at the sodium before you say that. So cottage cheese has a lot of sodium. A lot. I particularly don't eat cottage cheese because of it. If you have a half a cup, something of that. Beef. A lot of people think if you have beef, red meat isn't good for you. Again, if you have decent cholesterol, if you're not worried about those sorts of things, beef is very healthy for you. I guess the whole bottom line, we have to try different things. I've already tried different things since I've joined Pray It Off. I'm eating things that my niece came over and saw one of our salads. She goes, what is on that? And I'm like, well, these are like bean sprouts and legumes. And she's like, wow, who eats like that? And I go, people are trying to lose weight, you know? We need to be a little adventurous. If you're not going to be adventurous, then you need to get off the couch and run a 5K. You can eat whatever you want if you move enough to eat it off. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, Bob. One of the things I wanted to